You a coffee connoisseur? You like to take your coffee and swish it around, smell it and taste it. You like it hot going down, you like it cold going down. Well, I've got the perfect solution for you coffee connoisseurs. That's Ironstein Coffee. And what's special about Ironstein Coffee is they're local. They are located in Morganfield, Kentucky, in our farming based community. Um, they work with farmers in Columbia to bring you the freshest coffee beans. Now, Ironstein's got several different brews. They've got the Whiteout, the Bashful Blonde, the Morganfield, the Miner, which is my favorite, the Dark Roast, the Cold Brew, and then they got the Bourbon Aged Kentucky Grog. You can find them on Facebook at Ironstein Coffee. You can find them on the web at iron-stein.com. IRON-STEIN.com. They are a Kentucky proud business. You can also swing into Jen's General Store and grab you a cup. While you're there, get you one of their famous bologna sandwiches. I call it famous because that's what I like to get when I go there. Uh, Dive back into your childhood with some of the nostalgic candies and sodas that Jen's General Store has that located there in Morganfield, Kentucky. Special thanks to Stephen Watson. Stephen has been a pretty good friend of the show, and I like to especially shout out to him. Stephen runs a transmission business, one of the only ones around here. Stephen's been known as probably the best transmission rebuild tech in our area. So I'll put his number up on the screen. If you need some transmission work or your car kind of shifting funny, give Stephen a call. He'll try to get you taken care of. So enjoy this episode. This episode, I speak with a sponsor, the FATBOY app. I get to sit down and talk to the creators, and it's a family-owned mom and pop business. They employ some of their friends. Man, they are spreading like wildfire. And if you haven't downloaded the FATBOY app, hopefully after this episode you will, and you'll understand a little bit more of what they do. Welcome to Front Porch America, the podcast. I am sitting here with, I'm sure you guys are probably getting tired of hearing me say it, the FATBOY app people, the owners of the FATBOY app, Scott and Ashley. And then we got Mallory back here just kind of hanging out in the background. And we'll probably get her on camera here in a few minutes. But Ashley sent me some questions to make sure I covered everything that needed to be covered, because we can talk about the app all we want, but if I don't ask the right questions, it's hard. What I get from people is I know what the app does, but I don't know what it does, right? So I wanted to make sure that I had those questions that we could ask that explains your app to the best, right? When somebody downloads the app, they know exactly what they're getting into, how it works, and things like that. So let's just go back to the beginning. How did you guys come up with this FATBOY app thought?
Okay, so if we go way back to the beginning, you know, Clay is known for a bicycle route. People leave from Washington State and go to Virginia, and 90% of them go by Clay. They have actually drive through there, it's in the route. So before cell phone age, they had maps, and Scott's Auto Body was on the map for having clean restrooms and cold water.
Oh wow! And
So people would stop all the time on bikes. I mean, I've got pictures of 100 bicycles in my parking lot.
That's crazy.
So they all taking turns using the bathroom. Anyway, so we noticed there was a theme that went along with just about everybody that stopped. And you know what that was? Where's a good place to eat? So there was so many people that come by, we started playing a little game with it just to see. And I had a stomach surgery. So I used to be 460 pounds, so I was big. So I would bring my painter out there, which was 5'11", 120 pounds. He would say someplace to eat, then I would say someplace to eat, and they would always say, "Now where did you say?" They would never ask
Never
him.
asked the
So it
skinny
was
guy.
always a running joke. If a fat boy tells you where to eat, you should listen because he knows.
Right.
So that's where it actually generated and started from, and then it went into cell phone age. We was like, somebody should create an app for that, and then it led into that. I was like, you know what? I think the Lord's laid it on my heart. I believe we need to try this business. And of course, she said yes, not having any idea what she was saying yes to. And
Right.
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
she's
Now
over
she
All
there.
runs the
right.
roads
Yes.
constantly, doing all the legwork.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
seems
she
like.
runs.
Yeah.
She's definitely the brains and the muscle behind it. She does all the running the office and sending people in different directions, and that's where we're at today. It's the business is what 17 months old and growing every day.
Yes,
So
it is.
yeah, that's how it started.
So if somebody watching this wanted to become a fat boy or a dining diva, and I'll have how did you come up with the dining diva? I know the fat boy is pretty obvious, but the dining diva, I guess.
You want to get
What
that
was
one?
that one?
Because that was your friend.
Yes, our friend, Jerry's Cafe in Clay, Shane Marie came up with it. Yeah, she said, I think y'all should be called Dining Divas. So yeah, we was gonna do
I
sweet
mean, it's a
peas.
pretty.
Was
It's a
yeah, was trying to figure something feminine,
Yeah.
right.
and everybody was like throwing ideas out there, and then
She
as
called the
soon as
next day.
Shay told her that, I'm like, that is it.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean it
Spot on.
flows. It goes
Yeah,
really good together.
absolutely.
It's real catchy.
Yes.
Yep. So Shay
So
Dillamar did.
so let's go. You download the app. Let's walk our listeners and watchers through the process. Now you can download this on iOS, on Apple, or Android.
Correct. Yes.
So they download the app. What's the steps? What does it all inquire? How
So if let's say for instance that you can go to fatboyapp.com and download it there, or if you happen to be at one of our Fatboy app approved restaurants, there'll be a table advertisement almost like what you have here, and they can scan that QR code and it'll take them straight to the site. Um, and then it's just a simple process. Hey, my name is Scott Stone, address, that kind of stuff, because we need to know who you are because we'll mail you out your card. Uh, Everybody gets a card like this, and you get a blue one. Yeah.
Take it over to the camera so everybody can.
Or this one. That's our corporate card, and we'll get into that here just in a
and
second.
it's not even a plastic. It's actually
No, it's
They're
it's
metal.
metal.
card.
It's metal.
And they're laser
Yeah.
engraved.
They're laser engraved, and we do that ourselves. And that's the pink Dining Diva
Dining
card.
Diva.
Yeah. So you will. We have to get your mailing information so we can send you this stuff. And then we have different competitions or giveaways and whatever. So if we need to send you a tumbler or a T-shirt, we need to know how to get a hold of you. But that's the process. And it's not a free app. Okay,
Right.
It's $5.99 a month to be a Fat Boy or Dining Diva. Or you can pay by the year and you save 10% at 64 and some change a year. But
So $65 a year.
Correct.
I can.
you can become a
Dude,
Fat Boy
I
or Dining
spent.
Diva.
Hey, we were just talking about that. I spend more on these seltzer waters. Like I was just telling you, one of the brands I buy is like $15 for 8 cans. So you cut something out.
Yeah.
Well, but
not even that.
Here's the kicker. There's two things that it does. One, if let's say you go to Jerry's, me and Ashley, two kids go, we spend $50. We show our card, we save 5%. So I save $2.50 every time we sit down someplace to eat.
As long as it's Fat Boy approved.
As long as it's Fat Boy approved. And that's at food trucks, restaurants, bakeries. There's all kinds of things on that. There's even catering places. So let's say you want to cater a wedding, okay? And if it's $1,000, you're going to save 5% on that.
We
Wow.
just put a food truck sticker on a catering food truck. It was all in the family catering
Correct.
in Clarksville, Tennessee. Yesterday.
So there's, like I said, there's two things. You're going to save money by using it. If you go out to eat twice a month, and who doesn't go out
Right.
to eat at least twice,
Well,
then your membership's free. And the second thing is you're supporting local.
mm-hmm.
Because these chain restaurants don't care who you are.
Well, that was the big catch for
You
me
know?
was, you pay $6, $5 a month, whatever it is to be a member, but it's for all mom and pop restaurants. It's not
Correct.
chains. So you're still giving back.
Correct.
It's a mom and pop business. It's
Yes.
not a big corporate business,
Right.
you know.
Correct.
That was really, so what are some benefits other than the 5%? I know that QR code's got something special. Let's say I show my card to a buddy of mine and he
Correct.
signs up. Explain that process.
So you can earn
60 cents.
60 cents for every person that signs up off your QR code.
Wait, so I can get 60 cents every time somebody signs up.
Correct.
Mhm.
You
Off
sign
your
up
QR.
10 people. We usually pay it out in 10 people increments. So we'll mail you a check for $6 or a Visa gift card or whatever.
Right.
Yep.
But it's free money.
It's free
anyway.
money. Correct.
And you do what? You do 10 of them. There's your
Exactly.
monthly
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
And
Sure
a lot. So on the app, when you download the app and you sign up for it, is it you got to put in credit card information
Correct.
Yes.
and then they charge
then we
charge
can,
it that way?
And then you can figure out if you want to get billed by the month or if you want to pay by the year.
Yeah.
And I think we may even have a 6-month option in there.
Not
Okay.
yet.
No.
Maybe that's just for corporates.
Yeah.
But the neat thing is not only you're going to save money, but let's say that you have a favorite food truck. Okay. So I have a couple on our app, like Fries with That, Chef Jamie's. So let's say that Chef Jamie's is set up in Princeton, Kentucky at Walmart. Okay. And they posted on Facebook, hey, we're going to be there at 10 o'clock set up and selling something special. Well, let's say you don't get on Facebook at work because some places won't let you. So you get on there on your drive home, you're thinking, man, I was 5 minutes from them and didn't know because I couldn't get on Facebook. Well, they have an option where they can get on there and hit open. There's that the food truck can slide a little thing over that says open. Mm-hmm. Hey, today's special is double cheeseburgers and French fries, whatever. And as soon as they slide that over, if you follow them on the app, you'll get a text message.
So if you have your notifications on, you'll get a message.
You'll get a
notification saying.
And Google Maps will take you to wherever they are.
That's
if
pretty
they're
cool.
in your driveway,
if
they're at Walmart,
there are some diehard food truck chasers. That's what I call them. Some of the food trucks that people just, especially here in our county, if they come into town, there's long lines, right?
Absolutely.
So and I've even heard, oh man, I didn't know they were going to be there.
Exactly.
So if you sign up,
I read that on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were there.
So let me ask you a question. I've had a lot of people ask me, do you guys only do food places? Do you do mom and pop stores?
We do bakeries. I don't know if you know Jen's General Store in Morganfield.
Yeah, Jen and Jerry with Ironstone Coffees.
Yes.
They throw some gifts my way for my guests.
On our app. Yeah. Okay. And she has like the old timey candy.
Yes.
But bakeries, anything mom and pop,
anything that's locally owned, and that's something that's unique. We are one of one.
Yeah.
There's nobody on the planet that does what we do.
There's no other app.
That will just cater to everybody, mom and pop people out there trying to make a living like the rest of us. They cater to anybody, and guess what? If you own a Texas Roadhouse, for instance, and you have a limit of $50,000 a year for your advertising. Do you think I can compete with you if I own my mom? No. Yeah. So you're going to be at the top of their algorithm, and you're never going to see my locally owned, but you will on our app.
Did I hear, and I could be just dreaming this because I do that sometimes, wasn't there a restaurant that signed up with you guys that ended up being a chain restaurant and you had to pull them off?
Absolutely.
I felt like I talked to you about that.
When we first started, yes, we didn't do as much research. There was a food truck that we had to do also pull off. And that was our mistake. We called them, apologized, and moved on. But now we do a whole lot more research.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve.
Not only do you guys do research, not, when you say research, it's not set behind a computer. You guys go and drive and just
we have
all over the place.
Employees that go out and actually drive.
Correct.
And look for these places for us.
One other point I want to mention is that it's free for the restaurants.
Yeah, and I was going to get into that. So explain that process for any mom and pop restaurant owner.
So everything, all this, the table advertisements, we have like beer buckets, everything that goes in there, we provide for free. And that, let's just say ABC restaurant, that is their QR code. So every person that comes in and scans that ABC restaurant QR code, they make 60 cents.
So if I'm sitting at a table at that restaurant and I scan it, that money goes right back to that restaurant.
Correct. Mm-hmm. They make 60 cents.
So not only is it free for them to sign up,
right,
they get free advertisement goodies,
right,
and then they get the QR code to make money off of.
Correct.
I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Well, and here's another thing that we promise everybody is we have these things called gatherings.
Yes.
Okay. You've been to one.
Yep.
Yes. So we all show up. And I love, because I love to talk, and me and you both do. And I think our wives didn't get a word in.
Didn't say much.
We just said no.
It's okay though.
So you get to get there and catch up with people. Hey, what'd you do this week? I think we talked about some of the stuff that you review on your show. But I love going to gatherings. But that's one thing we guarantee is, hey, we're going to bring 10, 30 people and we're going to
Yeah.
eat at your place. We're going to go TikTok and Facebook Live and let everybody, and then we show the plates of food we eat. And
Yeah.
so it's, yeah, we're going to come there and spend, and we don't want it for free. We're
Yeah.
all going to buy our
Everybody
food.
pays, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
people could get on our app and leave like honest reviews.
Correct.
And we like, I don't know, like every 2 or 3 months, we'll do a contest where whoever leaves the most reviews at one of our restaurants, they get a tumbler or a T-shirt or something,
Or a
like
hat
that.
or
yeah,
whatever. Yes.
Nice.
yeah.
Yep.
So we reward them for leaving reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
So they are. It's like live interaction on that app. When and I've noticed it. I haven't been on it in a while. I'm just gonna tell you that. But when I was on it there a few months ago, I noticed that like I was just scrolling and I'd see a comment pop up, and I was like, "Oh, wow, that was just now."
Yeah.
And it's not like delayed, or it's not like some robot. It's an actual person commenting back or
Yes.
replying
Correct.
back. So that's pretty cool. The gatherings is such a big thing for these local mom and pop restaurants, especially some of the new ones starting out. You know, you take 10 or 15 people in, that's a big deal,
Yeah.
you know, at
Correct.
one time. Hopefully they've already got some people in there, but you bring a crowd
Right.
each time you
Yes.
go.
Well, we usually let them know like a week before we come, so
Mhm.
they can
Be ready
be
for it.
ready for us. we
So
can
is
show
the
up.
FATBOY app just Kentucky?
No, it's
No.
nationwide.
Explain that for me.
It's from California to New York. It's all over. Actually, it's all over the world, but we haven't quite expanded that far yet. So it will work anywhere. Like if you want to go to Cancun, Mexico, and if we have restaurants on the app, you can find them. But yes, what we at first we've signed up a few in Florida because a lot of people get on Facebook when they're heading to Florida and they'll ask people that live there, hey, I don't want to eat it at a or whatever, Olive Garden. Where's a good place to eat down there that's
Right.
got good local seafood? And I see that all the time on Facebook. So usually when I see those, I'll go in there and say, hey, download the Fatboy app.
All of us do.
Yeah, all of us
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's, yes, it's all over the United States. Now, there's a lot of them on there that are not Fatboy app approved because we're trying to work in a circle.
I got
We
you.
just keep expanding and whatever. So like they went to Nashville this weekend and talked to a bunch of people.
Yes.
We've got a bunch signed up in Hopkinsville, Greenville, Evansville, Henderson.
Pennsylvania.
So it's just we just keep getting the
Yeah.
circle bigger, and
That's really cool.
eventually what our plans are. You got to have a long-term plan is
Right.
taking one of our employees and maybe have to plant them somewhere in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hey, and hire another team
Right.
and make this circle bigger. Then
Or I
let's
mean,
go
you
to
may
Alabama.
even,
and then-
try to throw, when you get to that point, throw some advertisement out. Hey, kind of start your own business to an aspect of saying,
right.
we got some opportunities for you if you live in Mississippi. Do you want to
Correct.
be, work for us, kind of work from
Exactly.
home kind of job, but
Right.
They'll be the team
Yes.
lead there.
Exactly.
So you talked about the contests and giveaways. What are some of those things? Do you have any coming up? How does that work? How do you guys do that? How do you kind of
We
put
have
those
a lot-
on?
We have something coming up right now where, like, right now we have like 2,100 followers. If we get to 2,500, we're going to do like a little merch basket
Nice.
for whoever. Well, everybody that they have to share it so many times and tag so many
Right.
people, and then we just keep up with them names. And then
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you
send them
guys
out.
something. The merch baskets is nothing to sneeze about. Their stuff that they have is, I mean, the hats, the Richardson 112s,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
spot dude,
For sure.
love them.
Me
The
too.
tumblers, laser engraved.
Yes.
The koozies are really nice. I think I'm trying to think what else you guys have. Obviously t-shirts and things. So
T-shirt, hoodies.
whatever y'all shove in that bag,
And
it's
if somebody was to reach out to us and say, "Hey, I would like a pair of joggers with the Fatboy app with my name on it,"
right.
we would be willing to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. So any future updates? What is there anything we could be looking at? Any kind of secrets that don't really have to be a secret, or
So the only thing that I know that's coming that just got added, and we're fixing to add that on, is we're going to be able to have push notifications and be able to text you stuff. So like right now, if somebody's too busy, like what you were saying, you get too busy and like, okay, that app's got
right?
80 notifications, but people are more apt to look at a text message versus, hey, trying to get into the app. But
Right.
just because we need to be more familiar, and then if you see keep getting those text messages, and that way they're more familiar with the giveaways, our merch shop, because the stuff that she would just mention is not only something that you can win, but
Right.
if you want to go on there and buy a tumbler,
We have an online store.
it's online
you can buy.
store,
And it's not like you guys will be sending out text all the time.
No.
It's just like
No.
when big
No.
events
No.
or something,
Yes,
news,
correct.
something that
yes,
people would want to know about.
Mhm.
That's I know there is a place in Nashville that I want to go next time I go down there. It's a seafood place. They do live crawfish cooks,
mm-hmm.
and they're only open like just a certain period of time. And I can't remember their name
Yeah.
to save my life right now. But I'm gonna probably shoot them a text or shoot them a message on Facebook.
And that's the neat thing about the app is you can go down there and turn your camera on, and you could say, hey, you could just take a picture of it, and then we're going to know it come from Rick.
Yeah.
Hey, I was at the seafood place. Y'all should sign them up and send us a picture of the sign.
Yeah, so they don't
And
even
then
have
we're
to
on
text you. They can just go to the
Yeah,
app.
go to the app and take a picture.
Go to the app, take a picture, and it goes right back to you guys.
Correct. Yep.
So I'm on the app. How do I find that mom and pop? How do I search the app for that?
It has a place on there for categories. You could just, like, for instance, me and all the girls were going to Nashville this weekend. So me and Winston, my son, we were batching it, tough times. So Sunday morning we get up and I was like, man, I don't want to cook breakfast. We need to go to Lowe's anyway. So I got on the app, and you can pick categories. You can go to categories, and I picked breakfast, and I picked near me, and then bam, and
Where'd you
it
end up
showed
going?
me every place that was open. So I was like, we went to Swaggy Peas, and
They do breakfast.
Yes.
Swaggy Peas Kitchen.
And man,
coffee.
I got an all meat omelet that was killer.
But they also have a category on there, like if you're just wanting to know where to go to that is just Fatboy approved, we have a category slot on there. You just click Fatboy approved.
Okay, so there are more restaurants than just Fatboy approved restaurants on there?
Correct. So there are hundreds, maybe even over 1,000 restaurants that are
There's
on there.
more than 1,000.
Yeah, and we haven't been to them yet. So that's one thing.
Well, that's really cool that you guys allow them to be on there, even
'Cause
though
it's
you
free.
haven't been there.
because it's free.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the ones that are approved are the ones that we've sit down and we've talked to the owner of that ABC restaurant and say, hey, are you willing for us to set some stuff up in here and put you on, and constant, and I know Mallory's sitting here off camera, but another thing that goes along with that is our social media director is going to make videos for you. She's going to get on there and advertise for you. If you got something coming up special, like Broussard's in Paducah, what is it? That Fat Tuesday stuff is coming up, or whatever.
The Mardi Gras stuff.
So Mardi Gras stuff. Yeah, so we'll get on there, and every
is
video.
that the Cajun place?
Oh my!
Yes,
It
it's
is
one of my
so
favorite
good.
You were telling me about that. I haven't.
They're on the
I'm
app.
gonna
They're
have to go.
5% savings, and
I'm gonna have to go down there.
oh my! You
We
let me know when you want to go.
Yeah,
We
I will.
actually had somebody sign up last week. I signed them up. It's Lily's Mediterranean Express out of Evansville.
Okay.
And they want to honor a 10% discount.
Yes, they said we don't want
So
to do
they
5%.
matched your 5.
Yes, we
So-
want to give 10.
And that's Lily's Mediterranean
Express.
Express.
Out of
Okay.
Evansville.
And you should jump on the FATBOY app because we're on Facebook, and some of the pictures she's posted of the food.
Looks good.
Oh my! Yes, we're definitely going there to review that for everybody. Get ready because it looked great.
Yes.
What has been a surprising delight, if you will, on finding these restaurants? I know all your restaurants you love, right?
Mhm.
Everybody has one place they love to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you left here right now, where would you go?
Go for it. You go first.
I don't know. I have so many favorites.
Oh, I do too. And I'll tell you what. Okay,
Wait a minute.
here's
Am I starting the? What do you want to eat it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, open the Fatboy app.
Yeah. So
You know.
here's a confession that I'll have to make. I was notorious before this app of wanting to eat at the same place all the time
Right.
because I knew what I was going to get, and it was typically a chain restaurant. And I'll tell you who I told was Scott Harris owns Swaggy Peas. He owns the ones that's out there going towards Rural King and a barbecue place that's right there by Walmart.
But
But I
nobody
didn't even
knows
know
about.
that it was there. And I told him, I said, Scott, I want to apologize, dude. You got some of the best food that I've ever had right here in Madisonville, and I've never been to it till we started this app. So now it's opened up a whole different realm for me eating, going to different places, and I'm thinking I have missed out.
Well, and that's like me. It's just scrolling through it. I was like, well, I didn't know that place had that.
I know.
And it'd been there for years. I'm like,
Right.
when did they open it? It'd been like 10 years ago. And I'm like, holy
You know,
crap.
and that's one thing that the social media people do when they add a restaurant. They'll go on their website if they have one and get pictures and posts, so you have a good idea of what the menu is,
Right.
pictures of the food. So it's and that's the thing. You brought up the hey, where do you want to eat thing. You can be rolling down Highway 40 heading towards the mountains and get 2 hours into your trip and get hungry. Go on there.
Pull it up.
And just search restaurants
And it's
near
a
me.
totally different search than restaurants near me on the big search engines.
Correct.
Like that's what I like about it, right?
Exactly.
Because I get so aggravated. I'll be at work or I'll be anywhere not local, and we'll try to find something different to eat, and all it does is pop up the same old ones, or it says I'm in Nashville when I'm in Indianapolis
Correct.
or something, and
Yes.
for some reason my Google is different than Mandy's Google, and it's just so aggravating. But that app picks all those good spots, and I remember years ago, and I cannot remember the name of this restaurant. It was an old colonial style house. We were at one of the girls. It was Sydney's ball games. She was playing, and I feel like it may have been down by the lake. And it was like a 2-story, 3-story white colonial style house, and they had Kentucky hot brown. I love a Kentucky hot brown. And there's only a few restaurants that serve them, and then there's just even a few more that have some really good ones.
Right.
And this place, like by far, had the best. And
Can't
remember where it is.
I'm
And
trying to
it's probably been 10 years ago at least.
Right. Yeah.
At least 10 years ago.
I think Barkley Dam, they still have Kentucky hot brown on their menu.
Do they?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people don't even know that they have a little restaurant. So
They sure do. Overlooking the lake.
Yep.
Yep. Sure enough.
So let's get Mallory in here and talk about some social media, what she does.
Not used to having to answer the questions.
Yeah, well, get ready.
Yeah,
You may
she's always
have to.
asking
You're so soft spoken. You may have to pull the mic to you, turn it towards you a little bit.
Oh, she's loud.
Just turn it. There you go. It's fine. You can turn it. Pull it to you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right, Mallory. So you're still in school?
Yes, I'm a senior.
Senior. Okay. You don't have to tell us where you go to school at. I mean, it's pretty obvious for everybody that knows us. But what do you think about this FATBOY app situation?
At first, I was kind of iffy. I'm not gonna look at them right now. First, I was kind of iffy about it. Just like, what do you mean? We're starting an app? Like what? But then I heard the backstory and I was like, oh, that's smart. Cause like I'm gonna be going off to college. I have all my friends are gonna be going off to college soon. We're gonna be in towns we don't really know. And I was like, that's what we need. Like town we don't know, places we're gonna want food. Obviously, being in college, we're gonna be hungry.
Something besides the Waffle House.
Right.
4:00 in the morning.
Just get on there. Just click restaurants near me, and you can find a locally owned restaurant that you've probably never heard of. You probably have some great food in a town that you've never been to.
Yeah, that's always so. Every time we go somewhere, it's like I was saying before, we try to go somewhere different, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I do have some of my favorite chains, but I love going to these mom and pop. So when I grew up, we had the Mattoon General Store, going through Mattoon there, and they served tune burgers, which was Then they had the B1 Bomber burger after the B1 Bomber crashed there. But it was those places like that, these old rundown general store types that had the best food, period, and there's still a lot of those around. They're just hid, and you guys are bringing them to light. And you doing the social media, kind of how do you do that? What do you do?
TikTok videos, Facebook, Instagram, the app. I'll go to some of our restaurants and do interviews with them. That's mainly in the summer though, because school. But yeah, I'll sit down with food trucks, our restaurants, bakery, coffee shops, and ask them questions and just learn why they started their restaurant, who was their biggest inspiration, if they could go back and change anything, would they? Just, the questions that people want to know about restaurants.
So you're kind of doing a behind the scenes podcast, and basically is what you're doing, which that's the FATBOY Dine and Diva.
I can tell you that got started. We went to Jen's General Store. We went down there to put the FATBOY app sticker on their window. And she wasn't all that busy early in the morning. There was some people sitting at that little table there to the left, the gossip table or whatever. And and then something brought up. So I don't know if you asked her why she got started. And she talked for 20 minutes, and I'm sitting there soaking it in. I was like, "This is awesome." everybody needs to hear this story. So we get back in the vehicle and we're just like, she would quit talking and I would talk back and forth like, oh my, we need to do this, and then that generated her going to all those places because everybody wants to tell you how they got started.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're proud of it.
Yeah, exactly. They're proud of their business.
And that's the rewarding part. The rewarding part of this app that we created is that we get to know the owners
Right.
of these restaurants, and that they genuinely care about us and care about their loyal customers. You know, so
Correct.
it's so rewarding getting to know them.
A lot of
It's
them have
been
become
amazing.
family.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have become family.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's,
Yep.
I know Big John's.
Yes,
Yeah.
Big John's Barbecue.
That I haven't been there yet, and it's hard for us because a lot of times we don't go. Like we don't
Yeah.
go that way. All of our business is usually up in the Evansville area, and it's our own fault because we just don't do it. But I mean, their breakfast buffet. Does he still do that?
Yes, and it's so cheap.
It looks so
It's open
good.
on the
I need to
weekends
just
now.
stop and go. I just need to go.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We just
And
got
I'm
a
sorry,
food
Big
truck.
John, but I'm gonna get. He got a food truck. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
It's
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna have to
second
go down
weekend out, I think.
Yep. Yep.
You know, the
Wait.
funniest thing is I've been a member forever, however many months, and I think I've used my card one time.
Mm-hmm.
But I
And
just
and we understand that, you know. I mean,
it's not because I don't want to. It's just
Exactly.
because I just
I know.
you know.
And that's the thing. That's the reason why we're here doing this, to make people more aware of it. And that's why she plays such an intricate role in social media and getting people
Yeah.
out there.
So what are some things? Let's say you're going to make a video for one of my favorites, and I'm not big on American Mexican food, but I love the Fiesta Acapulco.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
yes.
I like Mara
Yeah.
and then he fixes me some weird stuff, and I love it. You know, I eat weird stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So what are some things that when you're putting a video together, what are you looking for? What are like some shots or whatever you're
Pictures
wanting?
of their food, their building outside, so we can know what it looks like, their address, their menu. I try to get a picture of their menu. If I can't find one, I just find some food that looks good. And then the intro, everyone knows my intro. The hey guys, it's Mallory with the FATBOY app. If you scroll through TikTok, Facebook, and you're looking at our videos,
Hey, guys.
it's every
Hey, you need
video.
to tell that
Yeah.
story. We went to what's the place in Princeton or Eddyville?
I don't remember.
No, the bakery.
Oh, our daily bread.
Our Daily
Oh,
Bread. We come in and they go, hey guys, like
No,
this.
was it Big John's?
Or was it Big
It was
John's?
Big John's. They did the
Okay.
video.
They did the video.
Yeah, it was Crystal and Big
so it's like
John.
they knew who she was when she walked in. I'm thinking, dang,
Yeah.
you better get your autograph now.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they posted a video of them doing the hey guys, it's John and Crystal here at Big John's Barbecue. Mallory, we're so excited to meet you for when you come for the gathering this week. And so we did a response video, me and Ashley, and we did the, hey guys, we can't wait for our gathering. Don't forget it's this Friday at they were like 6 p.m.
Oh, yeah. So,
And yeah,
So, which platform is your favorite platform?
TikTok.
TikTok's been fun.
TikTok.
TikTok's been good to me. I
It's-
can't complain.
It's
about
easy to
TikTok.
figure out. It's easy to understand, and I feel like
Reach a lot of
more
people.
A lot
Yes.
of people. A lot of people.
more people use TikTok nowadays rather than Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, and I'm telling you that I am not tech savvy at all. It took me 3 months to figure out my sound, and it was my own fault. Something so simple that like I had 2 microphones plugged into the same port, and it was echoing back and forth. So I done one whole interview, and I was like, oh, I'm so stoked to post this. I get to edit it and I get to listen. And it's like, and I'm like, I gotta have you come back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so that was the thing is, social media, like it's not gonna break you.
No.
You can
It's only gonna make you.
that's
Yeah.
it. The more you post, the more, and if you watch a lot of the influencers, they have that one special thing they do.
Mhm.
They're really consistent. I'm not. I'm too. My brain's never shuts off. But the hey guys,
Yeah,
it's
no.
Mallory. That's like constant. As soon as like I scroll up, I know what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, I'm just like, oh, she must be sick or something.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever seen you not do it.
Well, today we just did a video, and I think it was Sam's idea, or maybe it was yours idea, to have something different. Because I did one video a while back, talking about a gathering, and I like jumped into frame.
Yeah.
So today,
That's me.
I was like, Scott, get off the couch, like move, and I literally dove onto the couch and
That's
was like,
a good
hey guys, it's Mallory with the FATBOY app, and we did we do questions of the day every
Yeah.
single day.
Yep.
Next week it's gonna be Scott. We're gonna start drawing. We're gonna do videos. Everyone at the
Okay.
FATBOY app in the shop. They're gonna do a week full of question of the day. It's gonna be their questions. Well, this week it was Scott, and that's how we did it. So we announced we're gonna be doing that. I dove on the couch, and then we draw the name.
Wow.
So y'all better buckle up. I got some weird questions coming from my
I'm
7
a
days.
weird dude, so let's see what happens
You
with
have
that.
weird answers.
So the Fat Boy app is 17 months in the making.
Correct.
So
Yep.
and it's growing. Like it's grown so much since the last time that
Correct.
that you came here and sat down and we talked. And I thought, man, this thing. And I'm surprised it hasn't just like blew up and you guys are like screaming for help. I mean,
Well, and we've signed on some influencers this year that are really fixing to help us.
So how can influencers get involved with the Fat Boy app?
They could
Reach out.
reach out to us, drop us a message or whatever, and of course they could partner with us, and then the people that sign up on their QR code, they make 60
So make
cents.
60
you know?
cents.
So I guess it's okay to tell the people who.
Absolutely.
So Amanda Halterman from the
Oh, wow.
Thousand
Yeah,
Sisters,
yeah.
she is on board 100% and ready to help us. The other one, and people might not know this name, but he's from Owensboro, Julius Maddox. He's the strongest bench presser in the world.
Wow.
Me and him are really good friends, and he is. So get ready. There's going to be some special appearances with him and the Fat Boy app. And,
Yeah, I would like to get him on the podcast, and I've reached out to Amanda. I think she was sick or something not too long
she
ago.
just got over some.
Yeah, so you talk to her, tell her I'm
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to her.
Sure enough.
One thing I've learned about Scott during this app is he knows a lot of people.
Right.
We're not going to go anywhere that he doesn't know at least one person.
I think Mandy shared one of the memes or something on Facebook that said something about can't take him anywhere or whatever without, and that's the way I am. I can go anywhere, and we were in where was we at? Maybe in Florida. I don't know. Just walking by. Like, hey Rick, I'm like, oh hey, I was like, what are you doing? Of course, all of us Kentuckians like to go down to Florida. We
Exactly,
invade
yes.
the beaches,
Correct.
But there was somewhere else that was just random that we ran into somebody.
Smoky
like-
Mountains, I run.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, all the time. Yeah.
Fat Boy app, man. So you've got how many you got on staff right now? How many you got? The office is full every time I come through there.
Office is full of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so once a week, I loan her one or two guys from my shop and send them over there, and they go out.
We have 11.
11 people.
Count the guys.
Count the
Wow.
guys. Yes.
Yes.
Man, that's pretty big. That's a good sized crew.
Correct. Yes.
You know what I like about it too is your merch. You guys do all that in house.
In-house. Correct.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of places have to send it off to get it engraved and get the patches put on. And
We
I'm
do all
just,
that.
dude, I seen that table of hats when I went
Yeah.
down there the other day, and I was like, man, those are sweet.
Right.
And yours
Sweet.
will be here soon. We just
Sweet.
ordered your patches today.
Okay, sweet. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's I can't wait. I'm excited
It'll
for
turn out
that.
great.
Yeah, they're gonna be nice. Eventually, I'm gonna work on my logo. But I'm gonna keep it OG like that for a little while. Keep it simple.
There you go.
Just
Well,
that.
reach out to us. I got somebody that does. Our designer is top notch.
Yes.
Heather is. She's a very good asset.
So let's talk about some of your employees that
Yes,
you got
yes.
there. Let's talk about. Okay, let's go ahead and just start with Heather, and then just kind of work down the
Well,
list.
Heather Ritter, she is
You
our
wanna
designer.
You want to switch?
Switch
Yeah.
again.
Let's start with Sam.
Okay.
Is that your number?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
just
your number
yeah.
two?
start with whoever, but
Yeah,
just don't leave
Sam-
nobody out.
Right. Sam's my number 2. She's my office manager. She's the one that definitely keeps it going around there because I'm very forgetful. I am really
Yeah.
bad actually.
There's post-it notes all over Sam's desk. She don't forget nothing.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, she even down to doctor's appointments and dentist appointments. Sam's there. No, and what makes it better is Sam's my best friend. So, and we work together, and our kids go to school together. So, and then I have Heather Ritter, which is my designer. She does all the table advertisements. She designs everything. She designs our cards, shirts. I mean, anything. You just tell her what you want, and she'll do it. I mean,
Exactly.
she just blows my
I'm
mind.
telling you.
And
she is very
there's
talented.
nobody in the office that can do her job.
Correct.
There's nobody in the office that can do Heather's job. She's very, very good at what she does. And then my newest employee is Becca, which is Sam's sister. She's going around signing up restaurants with the guys, and then I have Heather Rich.
She does the same thing.
She does the same thing. We call them representatives, is what we call them. And all of our kids are in the same grade together, and we're just one big happy family over there. And then I got
Yeah.
Mal,
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Leave me out
the
for now.
representatives, when they're not putting on stickers or visiting restaurants, then they're there sitting in front of a computer looking up mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah,
ads
that's
And
a
we
lot
do
of.
follow up phone
It's,
calls
it's a
too.
pretty big ordeal. I
It
mean,
is.
if you look back in an hour and you think, man, I only got 8 restaurants added in an hour. So you think about that from California to New York. Oh
Yeah.
boy, that's a lot of.
Yeah, and that's what's
Yeah.
really cool is you're not just staying in the state of Kentucky. You've
Mm-mm.
expanded that. I mean, people travel, right?
Correct.
And not only that, but you get your app. You get Mallory's over here shooting the TikToks and the Facebook posts and all those other social media platforms. There's people seeing it all over the place,
Yeah.
And when they sign up and they see they got 4 or 5 restaurants in their little town, they're like, "Holy crap!" Here
Right.
it is. And
Yes.
because I guarantee you can take, I don't know, 10 people in a 100-mile radius, and I bet you 8 or 9 of them probably won't know that there's a mom and pop
Yeah.
right down the road,
Correct.
because
Yeah.
there's some that I didn't even like in Clay and Madisonville, like Swaggy Peas. I didn't know it was there either.
Right.
Big John's.
Big
I mean,
John's.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll tell this little story here on them. The day that me and her stopped there, we drove by it, and I'm like, we should stop there. We turn around and go back
Well, prior to that, I had already stopped
once.
once. Yeah.
And there was a for sale sign in his front window.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I wonder if we should even stop. Okay, let's do it. So since then, and John will tell you this himself, his business has increased 100-fold because of the FATBOY app.
And I'll tell you
Because people
something.
didn't know where he was, didn't even know he existed.
I'll tell you something that somebody told me the other day standing in here. They said, I was talking about you guys, throwing some merch my way to give to my guests. And they're like, the things that Scott and Ashley have done for these small businesses is worth every bit of it.
And that's
Like,
what we're out
and
there
that's
doing.
coming from somebody outside
Wow.
that's just
Yep.
like,
That's awesome.
so.
And we do. We started a poker run last year to help. All the proceeds go to Friends of Sinners. It's a rehab in Owensboro. That's nonprofit.
Correct.
So I mean, yes,
we
it's
look
been
for every
fun.
opportunity to give back, because we are definitely blessed.
We done a
Sure.
toy drive one year. Yeah.
We've started a
Bible study.
Bible study. We've had one of our employees got saved.
Oh, wow.
Rededicated. So it's like, it's we're not all about business.
We're
We're
doing the
about
Lord's
making
work.
sure we give the Lord credit. That this business was created from prayer.
It's being done the right way. I mean,
Yes.
So you got 20 mom and pop restaurants. Do they automatically go into the system? How do y'all put those in there?
Well, we manually have to put them in there.
Yeah.
So y'all
I have
enter them,
somebody, Rebecca or Becca will sit at her computer pretty much all day and just put them
put
in.
all the information with that restaurant, and then that's adding the menus and
Yes,
all that
the
stuff.
time, the address. I mean, making sure the address is fine. It
And I
is a
think
lot
you
of
had
work.
a TikTok video once of us making the laser engraving.
I
on
did.
the
Yes.
cars. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something. That's another thing that gets done.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, there's one other thing I want to mention that we've started. This has been about 6 months into the making, and that's the corporate side.
Yes.
Okay. So what it is like one of the cards you just show. It said
This just in case, because this is.
yeah. So it was the card and we made one, just a dummy card for. So it has FATBOY app on this side, and it says Scott's Auto Body on this side. So what this means is, we'll just come up with a company. Like Pratt Industries in Henderson. We're really, really close to getting them to buy a card and give it away as a safety award for each one of their employees.
That's cool.
So the neat part about that is these corporations sometimes get a bad rap because they come in from wherever, some other town, and they're in Henderson and whatever. And this means when their 400 employees go out, if they're going to show that they're supporting local, they've bought them these cards for them to go out and spend their money, their hard-earned money, at local
mom and
places
pops.
instead of chain restaurants.
That's really cool.
So any business that's interested in signing up on the corporate side, reach out to us.
Doesn't matter if you have one employee or if you have
Exactly.
50.
We don't care how many. You'll get a special corporate card. You get like a special rate. The more employees you have, you get a discount, whatever. And of course, again, we laser engrave every person will have their own unique card,
Their own QR code.
own QR code. So it's They can still earn 60 cents just like everybody else. But there again, it's that circle to where you're going to support our locally owned business by giving away these safety awards to your employees, which are going to go support locally owned businesses.
That's really cool. I wouldn't, I don't know, it'd be a hard time for me to say that a business wouldn't want to do that, you know.
Exactly. I
Step
had
it up,
one.
Pratt.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had one guy that works in the mines in the safety department. He goes, yeah. He said that's pretty cool. He said there's only so many coffee mugs and T-shirts we can give away. This is something that's unique. He said, and that's. I said, you're exactly right. But there's nobody else that does what we do.
Yeah,
So,
I think I've got so many coffee mugs and stuff that
right.
but I collect stupid stuff though. I mean, I've got coffee mugs I probably just should throw away that's just plain with nothing on them. But I'm like, oh, I got this from this antique store and it's not worth but 25 cents or something.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's a pretty cool thing, man. That corporate, you know, of course they can still, hey, I'm sure the rates are really good, so they can still afford to give them a T-shirt and a coffee mug. Throw the card down in the coffee mug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Companies,
for sure.
big, especially the big companies like that. You know, and it also gives those smaller companies an opportunity to give something back meaningful. Because to me, that would be meaningful.
Correct.
Because I guarantee you, some of those employees that will get that card have family members that own them restaurants in that area they work. You know,
it's not like a safety award or and I'm not trying to just pick on coffee cups or whatever, but a tumbler. But it's you may drink out of it one time and set it back up and never use it. This is something you can use every day all year long.
Yeah, and I need to get in the habit of using it, but I kind of feel guilty because you guys help me out so much. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to like take advantage of the restaurant. I feel like I'm taking advantage of the restaurant, because you guys help me out by giving me the merch to give out to my guests as gifts and stuff, which I mean obviously helps you guys on advertisement. But I don't want to. I think my buddy Troy signed up with you guys, and I didn't even let him scan my card. I was just like, just go download the FATBOY. I know it's 60 cents, but maybe I should break it out and start using it, and then I can just turn it over and just do that. Just give back.
And expand on what you were saying there. We've had some people that said that they feel guilty about trying to get the 5% discount at the restaurants, but you know what they've done? Because they'll save $2.50 off their meal, they'll usually tip more to their waitress.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's I'm like, that's awesome. Now you're giving back twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, so yeah, you save $2.50. That they could. I'm just going to re-give his $2.50 back to the server.
Exactly.
So you're not really losing.
No,
you're gaining an extra
exactly.
$2.50.
Correct.
So that's pretty cool. So let's go down through it one more time because I want to make sure people know the benefits of this card, the benefits of this app. I've downloaded the FATBOY app. I put my information in. I've got a card on the way. I'm going, all right, so I'm going to use my card for the first time. I'm opening my app. Walk me through that. You can even pull the app up and just kind of walk through it yourself if you want to. I'm sure you guys know it by heart, but.
So that's what the FATBOY app looks like. That's what you'll see at the first, and then let me see. We only got one bar of signal in here.
Yeah.
So
we have AT&T or Verizon.
So you would go over here and hit. There's a tab here that says restaurants. Okay. And then it's got categories, search by miles, search by restaurant, or search near me.
And I had you do that because I wanted people to understand how easy it was.
Yeah.
It's not a complicated app.
So that's the reason why I'm saying
it's literally
like last Sunday, I just hit categories. So let's say you want to hit barbecue. Okay. I scroll right down here and I'll hit search near me.
And I promise, guys, once I get big enough, I'll have somebody working these cameras in my computer so I don't have to do it.
So, yes. So, near my location, yep. There's several barbecue places on here.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
We like some barbecue around here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can whenever.
Oh, the affiliate hub, yeah.
Yes, whenever you start doing your referrals and stuff, I mean, it even has it how many people that you refer.
It keeps up with it
So it keeps up all the analytics that
Yes, correct. You don't have to remember.
That's what's cool.
Oh, did I sign up 5 guys or 10 guys? It will keep up. You can look.
How hard was it for you guys to find somebody or create this app?
I guess that's another. I'll tell you this story. So, it took me 3 months to get a call back, just a call back from somebody to create an app for us. And it was a place in Owensboro, and there's no need mentioning their name or whatever. But this guy called because I'd left 5 messages. So finally he called back and he goes, and he was a little bit rude,
Yeah.
just being honest. And he goes, well, my app guy just quit, so I don't know what you're wanting. He said, but just to let you know, it's $50,000 to $60,000 to build the app that you're talking about. So, but if you want him, he moved to Lexington, so you can just try to find him up there. Click. So I remember calling in Scotty, my nephew that you met. He's my body shop manager, and he helps print the cards and whatever.
Right.
This happened at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's one of those days that really imprinted in me. And I called him in the office and I said, because I'd been praying that I pray that God will open doors that need to be open and close the ones that need to be closed. So I called him in there and I said, dude, I don't know. This must have been a pipe dream. I said, because it's hard for me to invest $60,000 on a whim on
Right.
whether it may work or may not.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I said, so, and to be honest, I really wasn't that sad. It wasn't like I was heartbroken, like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I can't believe this happened. I literally just went on with my day, writing estimates. And then we finished up a truck that we really didn't want to even be working on. It was long story on that part, but the only reason I took this truck on is because this man's father-in-law was my third customer 20 some odd years ago. So he came with him, and that's the only reason I took it. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Tough job.
Yes, and it didn't pay much money, but anyway, so we're sitting there. This guy shows up to pick his car up, and they were shamming his vehicle off, a Ford Raptor. And I said, man, they'll be done just in a minute, and he goes, okay. So we're sitting there, and just trying to make conversation, fill in. I was like, boy, it's been one of them days. And he said, yeah. He said, I have those every now and then. He said, you got to expect it when you own your own business. And I said, oh, what do you do? And he said, I build websites and apps. So it's like, so I sit there and I'm like, head tilt for a second, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah. He said, that's what I do. And I was like, okay. We talked for 2 hours,
Wow.
and we talked. He was a good Christian man. So we talked more about the Lord. We talked about the business. We talked, whatever. And he said, well, I'll let you know if I'll do anything for you in a couple, 3 days. And I thought, to be honest with you, I thought, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I'll never hear from him again.
Right.
2 days later, my phone rings and he said, okay, I'm going to take you on as a client. He said, for 2 reasons. Number 1, we talked about the Bible and the Lord more than we did about business. He said, and number 2, I can't find anybody on the planet that does what you do. So he said, I only take on businesses that I know will succeed, and you've got something that will succeed.
And he helps us around the clock.
And he said, and I'm willing to build this app for what work you did on my truck. $2,600.
Shut up.
I got $2,600 in a $60,000 app.
That's crazy. And it's a nice app.
So
Put together well.
It is.
So you tell me that the Lord didn't open that door. He
That's
closed the ones that
crazy.
needed to be closed,
Yeah.
and he opened that. What are the odds?
So
of
how
that man
close?
sitting in my office?
How close were you? Like, how far was you on the fence about dropping that 50,000 to creating an app? I mean,
No.
was you? So you?
No, I
done
didn't.
had
No,
it-
I was done.
So you were like, I'm giving up.
I think I called her, and I might even just send in a
I
text.
probably told you. I was probably the one that said no. We ain't doing it.
Mama said no.
So yes, like I said, I wasn't even upset. I'm like, okay, well, wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then that 4 o'clock that afternoon or 4:30.
Yeah, Kyle and all his whole family.
Yes,
'cause it's a
yes,
family home.
yeah, it's a yes.
Dad,
The son, the daughter.
the daughter, they all do it together.
Okay,
Right.
And they've become family.
Exactly.
that's really cool.
Yeah, his name's Kyle Newton, Blake Newton. Yes. Any given yes.
I could text him right now and say I need help doing this, and bam, he's
They're
there.
on it.
Correct.
That's good.
Mhm.
Because if you would have went to a large company
It
that
would've
does
just been
it,
about money.
yeah, you wouldn't have
Correct.
like the support you probably wouldn't have had.
Mhm.
I know some of the software. I bought some software early on, and it just wasn't doing it. Like it was, and the support was zero.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we have a 30-day guarantee, no questions asked, money back, blah blah blah. No, they don't. Now they're like, "Oh, you didn't read the disclaimer." I was like, "Where's the
The
disclaimer?"
fine print.
And
Yeah.
you want to talk about fine print? It was actually like 4 pages in on the website, not even at the bottom, but it was like underneath. Like you see a picture and it has usually the copyright. That was what it was. Disclaimer: no refunds due to blah 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 whatever. So
Nice.
yeah, so I was stuck with it. I don't even use I completely uninstalled it. But that's what you would get in these some not all
Right.
some of
Right.
these. But so now you have that personal one-on-one help anytime you need it, which makes
Correct.
it even better and easier for your app, your business to grow, in my opinion. So
So and they were living in Dixon, Kentucky at the time.
ain't
You
that
know,
crazy?
but they had a house fire. Now they live in Nashville, so
Okay.
it's still not that far
No,
away.
But it
no,
still comes down.
Yes, they come down and visit us all
and
the
it's a
time. I
good
mean,
reason
they
to
are
go to
literally
Nashville.
good friends and family. You
That's
know,
awesome. That's
you
real. That
know.
says a lot about
So,
them as well.
Yes,
So
uh,
it is.
and like I said, but the big four-letter word at my house is luck. We don't use luck. That's
no,
nails on a chalkboard.
yeah,
Yeah, we're blessed. It was meant to be.
yeah.
So, yep,
That's well. They always say, and I'm a firm believer. Everything happens for a reason, man.
absolutely.
You may not know that reason. You may never know it, but
Well,
everything happens for a
and
reason.
the app has been growing slow, and it definitely hasn't been growing as fast as Scott wants it to.
Right.
But then
Absolutely.
6 months into it, we run into some things where like, oh my goodness, this is glitching, this is messing up, it's
Right.
crashing. Of course, I get on it and fix it, and it's fixing a couple days. But if we would have been real big, I'd have had
It would have been
lots of unhappy customers and
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
and then bad
But
reviews. And,
as you grow, everybody else grows with you, and then once you do hit that point, hopefully you'll have all those kinks and glitches
We're
and all that
we're
worked
there.
we're
out. You're
there.
pretty close.
We're there.
Well, I
It's-
know,
it's
it's
running.
pretty smooth.
It's
It's
We
pretty
do a
smooth.
set schedule every single day, and it's taken us a while to get into the groove of that. But now, I mean,
yeah.
everybody knows their place, and it's going.
Sure enough.
That's
Working out
crazy.
real well for us.
Yes, it's amazing. I don't know. Sometimes I just have to sit back and grin. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah.
I made this statement, and I don't mean this anyway. That not like I'm trying to brag or whatever. I wouldn't take $1 million for this company today.
Yeah.
I would not. I would not, because that's another one that's biblical. Is I'm trying to make generational wealth, so
Yeah.
my son's kids will still be working at the Fat Boy app.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all over the United States or all over the world, wherever he wants to take it.
Yeah.
So that's our plan. Sure enough.
Hmm.
And I want to thank you for having us on here.
Oh yeah.
And you came back. You came months ago. You reached out
Yeah.
to us and came over there and made a video, and you've been a supporter for the whole
I just think
from the beginning.
So my thing is, I like to talk to people. I like people who, if you succeed, I succeed. And then, man, I'm having a buddy of mine on Wednesday. We're gonna do an interview, and he just done a podcast with a group out of Madisonville, and I watched it probably just, I don't know, about an hour before you guys got here,
Mhm.
and he's hit the nail on the head. There's people out there that don't want you to succeed.
No.
You're right.
They're your best friends to your face,
Yes.
Mhm.
and then behind your back, you're failing. They want you to fail, and that's okay. It doesn't
Whatever.
bother me
Exactly.
because I want them to succeed. I want them to be
Yes.
happy, because if they're happy, their family's happy, and it's just it comes back, right?
It's like for
Mhm.
everybody, for sure.
So, and that was something that when I started this, people were like, "Oh man," I'd get text messages. "Oh, they so and so said this." I don't care. Let them say it. That's fine. It's okay. I'm doing this because I enjoy. If this never goes anywhere, I think I've got 56 subscribers on YouTube. YouTube is a hard platform to break.
It is.
Period. The end. I don't care what anybody says. Now I have add a few more zeros on that on TikTok, and then Facebook's growing, and I'm fixing to actually have to start my Front Porch America Facebook page, because right now I'm still doing it on my personal page,
Right.
and I kind of want to move away from that and just get it. And I hate, I know it's the trend now, but I hate hitting that at highlight where it sends it out to everybody. But I want people to come and watch this, because it's not about me. It's about the people I have on.
Exactly.
It's about the stories that are told. I had Doug Omer in here the other day that Union County first responders rescued him from a grain bin.
Yes.
And it wasn't one person who did it. It was that whole damn county that done it.
Correct.
I don't
Yes.
care. It was, people don't make it out from those,
Correct.
And then Henderson County, and I completely forgot, and I apologize for it. They had one shortly after that, I believe, and I may have the chief, one of the chiefs, come down and talk about that and see if
Mhm.
see what they think about that. Because y'all can't do this alone.
No.
I can't do this alone. They can't, it's just it's got to be a well-oiled machine,
Mhm.
and you're gonna hit those roadblocks. You're gonna find those people that think it's the stupidest ideal in the world. And I'll
Correct.
tell you this: since I've started this, I have seen so many people on locally on Facebook and on TikTok that has TikTok locally. So hey, I think I'm gonna start a podcast. I think, and I hope, and I want them to because I want them on here. I want them to come to
Correct.
mine. I want to go to theirs. I want to, I want to be on everybody's podcast, and I want you guys to be in everybody's restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, because it's just that big wheel, like yours, that big circle.
We all
You
need to
know?
help each other.
Yeah, and there's no reason, whether you like me or not. I will have people on here that probably don't really care for me, but I want them here because they got a story to tell. I'll have people on here that people won't like. That my friends are like, yeah, I'm not friends with them. I don't care. I want them to tell
They
their
have a
story.
story.
Everybody has a story, right?
Yes,
And
everybody
it's
does.
not my place to judge. That's between you and the Lord, not me.
It's
I want to
like
No,
hear
the
your
only
story.
place they come that they do well, if they're
Yeah,
comfortable to tell
yeah.
their story.
And
I've never heard anybody tell a story about being hung up in a grain bin.
No.
Dude, I was listening to every
but
word.
it was
I'm like, that's
I was there that day on the ground. My role was totally different. But to sit and I'd heard him, tell bits and pieces of it, but having him sit in front of me and just sit there and just tell me that, like it was so different,
Mhm.
because what I dealt with on the outside, and he was telling it from the inside. Now I heard my
Wow.
buddies telling me about it, hey, this is what we had to do, or whatever. But to have him sit there and tell us that
Yeah.
or tell me that, it was the crazy. I was just like, what?
I'm gonna have to go
You
home
know.
and listen to that one.
Yeah, it's one of my. It's probably gonna be one of the best podcasts I
I was
do.
fixing
I don't
to say it's
care.
probably gonna be
Like,
the
and
Yeah.
if
best one.
people don't watch it, it's their own fault because that's a
Correct.
story. I mean,
It
the
is.
man's been interviewed several times already, and he told me it, and I think he mentions it in the podcast that one of the magazines reached out to him, and he was on the phone. He was in the tractor, and he was doing a phone interview, and the ladies like just stopped him. It was like, hold on, this is weird, and he was like, well, what? Well, because I'm on the tractor or what? She's like, no, I've never interviewed somebody that survived it. I'm always interviewing their families or loved
Oh,
ones,
wow.
and it just hit her. It was just one of those
Wow.
turn of the point
Right.
moments, surreal moments for her. But and that's back to you guys though. That's kind of I want you guys to be successful because if you're successful, everybody's successful. Those mom
Awesome.
and
Yes.
pops and
Correct.
because it's a struggle nowadays for
It
people to
is.
start businesses
It
and
It is.
I could have started this podcast with my cell phone and a little microphone, but I wanted to grow and I wanted
Right.
people to be proud to come and be on this podcast. I don't want to get negative. I don't want to get political. I want people to tell me their story. That's what I
Mhm.
want. You have a mom and pop business. I want to know about it.
Yeah.
If you had, I don't care if you want to come on and tell me the first day you met Jesus. Come and
Right.
tell me that
Exactly.
story.
Right.
Yeah. For
It
sure.
doesn't matter.
Yes.
You want to tell me how hard it was for you to get your driver's license at 40 years old? Whatever the case is, I want to know about it. We have so many local, I call them accidental celebrities.
Mhm.
Keith Sires, that was on season 7 alone, accidental celebrity. That's what I call him because he was on TV and he done his thing. And then we've got, see, the Glass Tones, Jeremiah Slayton and them.
Yes.
I'm working on him to get me to do the music for my show. I want him to do
Really?
my opening music. I reached
Awesome.
out to him.
What's church
Uh, I'm excited about that because I love the way they put their music and stuff
Mhm.
together. The mayor of Morganfield, Randy. Well, I would love to have him on because that man can talk and he's got some really good ideals. And
Mhm.
just anybody that wants to come and sit
and
and
talk?
wants their voice heard,
Right.
Yes.
I'll let them do it.
Mhm.
And that's yeah, just keep. I mean, you got to keep pounding. I mean, what you guys are in is a totally different business than what I'm in, but yet it's kind of the same. We
It
got to
is.
work. You got to work every day.
For sure.
I got to meet Bunny, Jelly Roll's wife.
Yeah,
And I had asked her what kind of advice she would give to a first time woman business owner, and she said, "Don't give up. Even
Don't
when
quit.
it gets don't quit, don't give up. Even when it gets hard, when you're running out of money or whatever, just do not give up." And we're not gonna give up.
yeah.
We're just gonna
I
keep
don't see
going.
why you guys should. I
Well,
mean,
Stop at 6. That's a different
Yeah.
story.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
it's growing.
Yes.
And I've seen it grow a lot over just the last few
Yeah.
months for some reason, just like it just uptick. And I feel like summer's coming on, spring's coming on, people are going
It's
to
Yes.
our
start
best
getting out
time.
again.
Yes.
That's our busy season.
That's about
for
like
sure.
anything else, you know.
Food trucks is definitely,
Yep.
they keep us busy.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. These big food truck festivals that go.
We hit
If
every one
if you
of them.
if one listen to the Fat Boy, if you've never been to a food truck festival, go. Oh my goodness.
Anything and everything.
Anything
Yes.
and everything.
And cheap. It's not fun.
And
I mean,
it's oh my. Yeah.
yeah.
They just had one in Evansville, or where
There's
was
one
it at?
coming up in May.
Maybe that's what it
at
is.
Bossy Field.
Yep,
Yes.
It's coming up in May
mhm.
in Evansville.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've been to Pickle Fest. We've been to that one.
Been
We've
to all
been
Pickle
kinds of them.
Fest, okay.
Yes, Pickle
Yes.
Fest. I'm not a big pickle fan, but
It really wasn't about pickles.
But
it
it
was more
wasn't.
like tacos and
yeah,
Just kind of.
Mexican food.
it was.
But people were walking around in pickle suits.
Well, I've seen the pickle witch. It's a sandwich, maybe with
Yes,
the big
yes, yes.
pickles.
Uh-huh.
I want to try one. I just haven't had it. I haven't done it.
I love a pickle.
And have you noticed that if you make a ham and cheese or a bologna sandwich at home, it ain't the same as if you go to one of these mom and pop.
No.
Like go to Jen's General Store and get you a bologna sandwich.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Hey.
was just there. I just
Girl.
bought a bunch of stuff for
Yeah,
her.
you get you a big
Yeah.
old thick piece of bologna. Oh man, some good stuff.
She was making something good in there the other day, some cookies or something.
Oh yeah, I love going into Jen's, man. I like going in there and cause what Lexington or Winchester, Kentucky is where L8 was made, and my cousins lived up there in Georgetown and Lexington and Winchester and all that area, and they turned me onto that when I was up there. Oh my gosh, that's like my favorite drink of all time is the L8.
Yes.
I've seen them there.
And
She's
then,
stocked up.
but on top of that, she's got all those nostalgic candies.
I know.
And just all those items
And
back
she's
from when
got
I was a kid.
local honey because I
Yeah,
use a
yeah.
spoonful of honey
Yep.
in my coffee every
Yep.
morning.
Mhm.
So I said, stop by there, give me some honey. I'm just about out.
You know, I went and visited her the other day. Had to get a few things, and I keep telling people like this bubble gum I used to get when I was a kid was like in this little gallon jug. It was just says bubble on it. She had it in there.
Really?
Yeah, which I can't chew anything right now because my dental work. But yes, she had it in there.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
love going in that place.
Yeah, it's
and then
fun.
the story behind it on why she started it back
Yeah.
up. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
you need her on here.
I'm gonna have her in.
Everybody needs to
I'm gonna
hear that
have
story.
Jerry in, but I'm gonna have to block off a whole day, I think, because me and Jerry get in here and just yap.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
just start talking.
But
That's
yeah,
fun.
man, you go to Jen's, you get you a sandwich in L8, get you some
Yeah.
candy, and get a haircut when you're done.
Yes.
Done. All they need is somebody in there to
Yeah.
massage your feet.
Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah.
have it ready.
Yes.
One-stop
Mallory, I want
shop.
to get you back up here real quick before we leave. I want to talk about kind of what you got planned for after school. So has the FATBOY app like swayed you into pull it on in closer? Swayed you into changing your career, or
Yes.
so? What are you gonna go to college for
For
now?
sure.
All right, what was you gonna do before?
Okay, before
compared to now?
I either wanted to be a nurse or a teacher. I definitely wanted to do, something with kids.
Yeah.
But then doing this business for sure. I want to go into business and marketing, social media, just
Yeah.
anything to do with any type of business.
Well, here's the thing about it. You can do that, and you can still be a nurse or a teacher if you wanted to.
Well,
You
see,
can.
the nurse idea got shut down real quick when I realized I'm not that good at science.
Mhm.
There's like, you have to have a certain, I think it's chemistry degree. I can't do chemistry. Anything to do with math, really. I can't.
Yeah, I think
can't do
math
it.
is. I don't
Speaking
know.
of math, I need help with homework later.
Yeah, I'm not good at math either.
Taxes.
It's, medical math is like, and it's all formulas, right? It's like
Yes.
learn the formula, you can figure it out.
I
I don't know. I guess my ADHD won't let me learn the formula.
at Central, the school I went to before I moved. I was actually in a body structures class and a medical math class. So like I could tell you how our eyeballs work and why our eyeballs are the way they are, like where the color comes from. But you ask me how many milliliters are in a morphine shot, I have no idea.
No idea.
Well,
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
She can't count money either.
I can count bills, not coins.
Not coins. Yeah.
Not coins.
She's
Yeah,
not really good
that's
about
a-
bringing change back. Let's get that straight.
I think that's just a
No,
kid
I bring the
thing.
bills back. I
That's
just
a
don't bring
kid
the coins
thing.
back.
The coins add up
Right.
just as much too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're gonna do like maybe some business.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about like social media marketing or anything
Yes.
like that? So
I've looked into it a lot. I'm gonna go to Madisonville Community College to get my basics, and then decide from there
what to do?
what
after
to do
that.
after that.
Well,
If I
good.
want to go off or if I want to just stay at
So you
Madisonville.
got any new video ideas up for the FATBOY app?
Oh geez. If
She's allowed to do anything as long
Yeah.
as it's appropriate.
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I could probably, if I hadn't asked, there's this one Kardashian sound because we usually, take a break, a couple weeks of gatherings during like the summer because we're on the lake a lot.
Right.
And so when we come back, I'm gonna do this Kardashian sound that's like, "We're back. Did you miss us? Cause we missed you."
Yeah.
To like announce our first gathering, and then we did one we quoted all the time over at the office. Surprise, Sade!
Yeah.
It didn't turn out how we thought it would, but it was funny either
Yeah,
way.
they're still fun though.
Like we were supposed to be covering her. She was crouched down, and we were supposed to be covering her. But the way the phone was, you could see her plain as day.
So what you need to do is just compile all the blooper reels.
Correct.
We have a lot.
That's what you need to do.
We have a lot.
Compile all the blooper reels once a
Yes,
month.
I
Post a blooper
I have
reel.
a lot in my drafts right
We
now.
have bloopers, and then I have a camera in my office that records 24/7. We can even make TikToks out of that,
And she can get on there and she'll talk to it. So I'll do most of my videos in the front office now because puppies and we just don't really have the sign back there anymore that I can get to. So I do them in the front office. And she'll get on the camera if she's not at the office and talk to me and mess up my video.
TikTok,
Mid-sentence.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So oh man, the what was I gonna say? The FATBOY app, like, is there anything big that y'all do in the summertime different than in the wintertime?
We go to all the festivals.
Okay.
You know,
Festivals?
We go and we'll go, Facebook and TikTok live on our phones as we walk around and and just support those food trucks and stuff.
And we will bring food trucks down to Clay.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yes.
sit up there and we'll go live and we'll, walk up to people that are walking up to the food truck. Hey, do you want to be on the app?
Yep.
Sign them up that way. That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yep. If they don't have this during the middle of the week and they haven't, nobody has asked them to come, yeah, we'll have them there in Clay.
Clay
We'll
loves
advertise.
the food truck.
Yes, they
Yeah.
usually do very well when they come.
Good.
Yeah.
So there you go, food trucks. If you look somewhere to go, contact the FATBOY app and they'll hook
Absolutely.
you up. So since you're the social media guru, where can people find you guys at?
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. That's where I post a lot of our interviews.
See,
We were on.
I don't even think I've even found you guys on YouTube. I don't even think I've looked. I didn't even know you had YouTube.
Yes.
Well, that's why
Yep.
our interviews go.
I'm gonna go
so
there.
long.
I'm gonna-
For so long.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to look at
I've
those.
created an intro for our intro for our YouTube videos. I did that on Canva. I was just sitting there, didn't really have anything to do, so I'm playing around with it. And then we will do our interviews. Well, sometimes we'll post daily vlogs on there, but most of our vlogs they're real short, and we'll just post them on TikTok. But I think those are like our mainly TikTok and Facebook are our main two.
Okay. All right. So I may have to recruit you to help me. I know. Listen, I can't pay you much, but I know a guy and a girl that can get you some really cool hats and some tumblers. And
I think I heard of them.
There you go.
I think they live a couple rooms down from me.
Yeah.
People ask him out for help, we usually throw her under the bus.
Yeah.
We usually just
Yeah.
throw her out there.
Bad
Oh.
Bandit, I help him out with
So
his
that's
TikTok.
one dimension is I'll give a shout out to Bad Bandit Seasoning,
Yes,
veteran owned place.
Okay.
He would be great to have on here.
he's
And I'm take it from a fat boy. It is the best seasoning that I've ever had in my life.
yes.
If you
Have
think
a-
Dano's is the best, you may love Dano's, and I still have some in my. Promise you, Bad Bandit.
Bad
seasoning
Bandit
is
seasoning.
Yes.
the best you've ever.
You're gonna have to
ever
give me
had.
that information, some
Oh,
contact.
I got it.
It's
Okay.
on the app. Yeah, you can get on the
Send
app
it to
and,
me.
and it's free shipping.
Yes.
Again, he's veteran owned. He lives in Princeton, Kentucky.
Oh wow. So he's
but,
not. Yeah.
but- and that
Yeah.
made me think because she helps him
Yes, I
with
do.
the social media stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. That's Well, I know y'all been here a while, and I know you had a procedure done, so you're probably not feeling up to it. But I really appreciate your time.
Appreciate you
got
having us for sure.
I think it'd be a little cliche to sponsored by a FATBOY app tonight, so I think I'm gonna throw in the Ironstein coffee. I'm gonna throw them
Yes.
in a Jen's General Store, and then Stephen Watson, man, he done me a solid. He's been I think he may be my biggest fan now. I don't know. So if you don't have the FATBOY app, go download it. I'm telling you, you're missing out if you're
I got a
not.
QR
I'm
code
missing
on my
out because
back.
I don't use it like I need to. You got a QR code on your back, so you can stand up and just turn around
Can I see
Scan
it?
me.
and back up a little closer. There you go. Scan that QR code right there,
Yeah.
and go download this and support a mom and pop operation. Scott's already got a mom and pop business with his auto body shop there. Now we got the FATBOY app, and then they support nothing but mom and pop businesses, and That's what we all need to be doing, is helping each other out.
Correct.
So until next time, be good to each other.
Bye, guys.